Welcome back to another edition of KSPK's Grizzly Connect. Bryant Johnson with Lindsey Grasmick preparing for her fourth and final trip to Seattle for the Husky Classic this weekend. It was interesting when you arrived on campus 4 years ago, just looking at the timing from your career at Fowler to what drew you to Adams State. Just in that time of 2006, 2007, 2008, Fowler's producing the #1 Major League Baseball pick in Luke Hochevar, and the profile of the school took off. When you look back to when you were getting ready to commit and how athletics was really changing at Fowler based on Hochevar's selection in your career that you were pursuing, what was it like being at this small school in the eastern plains of Colorado and so much attention was being given to it?
It was really excited. I was really excited for the opportunity to come to Adams State, and I mean, we have had a lot of good athletes come out of Fowler, so it's just a privilege to be one of those. I mean, Luke and his sister Brittany, who's a pro beach volleyball player, Chris and Carrie Jensen, who played at K-State, so it's just great to be part of tradition there and then part of a great tradition here.
Then you get to ASC, you almost become an All-American, your first couple of years here, right on the outside looking in, 8 spots given to All-Americans. You're at number 9. And I know it's something that at the time was a little frustrating, but in hindsight, it really seems like it spurred you to just make sure that you were cutting those minimal amount of seconds off your time and ensuring that an All-American candidacy would be awaiting you. When you look back, what decisions did you make after your freshman year that allowed you to make the correct changes to improve your times?
I think just little things with technique, especially in the hurdles, have helped me. It has been really disappointing the last few years, getting 9th, getting 10th, hitting that last hurdle. But, I mean, I think it has really given me more determination to try and be an All-American and leaving Adams State with an individual All-American. So I think this year is just a lot more determination with that.
I know you probably didn't want this role or expect it, but you've almost become someone who is sought after by fellow Grizzlies who are close. I mean, Keegan Combs talked about this with us in the fall, that he was on the outside looking in last year, and he said, I went to Lindsey, and she gave me great advice, and what to do to improve. It is an unexpected role, but how have you taken advantage of this opportunity to share some insight with teammates who are close?
Yeah, I mean, it has been disappointing, but at the same time, you just have to take it as an opportunity, like, next year, and you have to just, with those incoming freshmen who are so close to qualifying, you just have to encourage them that you're almost there, just keep working hard. Like, I've been there several times, so it'll come. You just have to be patient, which is the hardest part.
It's Lindsey Grasmick with the ASC women's track and field team, the Husky Classic this weekend in Seattle. You've also, been close, but at the same time, your numbers are still pretty remarkable. I mean, if we just focus on the All-American aspect of it, it can be deemed disappointing, but at the same time, you've had a lot of success. One term I always hear when I ask coaches about you is the term coachability. You're so coachable, and that almost like a sponge. Anything that is presented to you, you devour it. What is something that you think has made you so coachable and that you're looked at as someone that these coaches can really try and present new challenges to, and you'll just gobble them up?
I think my high school coaches helped a lot with that, and being a three-sport athlete, you had to be pretty flexible, and I think that they just really influenced my coachability, because that's what they always taught, was be coachable, go to these camps that we go to in the summer, and really soak up as much information as possible. So, I mean, coming to Adams State, I was excited to work with Damon Martin, and I mean, it really is an honor. So just being able to soak up as much information as possible on a daily basis.
So many high school athletes are now just one-sport athletes, and they spend 12 months focusing on this one athletic endeavor. When you were participating in the first off-season after your freshman year, and you realized that, wow, that's just been 9 straight months since I arrived here in August of indoor and outdoor and cross-country, what was hard about not participating in other sports? What did you miss?
I think I missed the team aspect. Like, track and field is a team sport, but volleyball and basketball, there's just a whole bit different team aspect, and I think I missed that part of it. But I really like the opportunity to specialize and really work more with running, because from a small school, track wasn't really emphasized, so I did have a large room for improvement, because our coaches really didn't know that much, and it was a dirt track, and so I had a wider range of opportunity.
Where was the craziest place you trained in Fowler?
The craziest place, we just mainly just trained on our track, but it was square and dirt, so that was probably the craziest place, I guess.
So now you arrive here, you've got all access. Anytime you need to go in and work out and coaches are at your disposal, is that where the hunger came from, to always try to perfect your craft? When you have people always there to assist you, what does that do to your determination?
Yeah, I think it definitely helps, and just being able to turn to your teammates or your coaches for help, whether it's with technique or whether you're just having a bad day, it's really nice to have them there.
So here we are, part 4 of the Husky Classic. You've been able to go to this event, and I think a lot of people who maybe don't know how this works in San Luis Valley or Southern Colorado, I mean, this is huge. This is one of the biggest events that a member of the Adams State athletic community participates in. You and I were talking off the air about all the hype that Pac-12 schools give to Adams State, because when they see you and K. Marie and Indira, I mean, that is some of the elite athletes that they'll see in any Pac-12 event this year just because of how the structure of it works. What is the reception and the reaction of Adams State? How has it changed in the 4 years you've been going to this event?
I think that distance has always been feared, but I think that sprinting has become more feared with athletes like Indira and K. Marie. So I think that, especially in the 4x4 this weekend, we're going to put a really good team together. So I think that will surprise a lot of people, and I think that's the most exciting part.
So here you are in really what is the first signature event as we approach the final few weeks of the season. And, of course, you'll have another opportunity to kind of reach those high aspirations. But for this moment, for this goal that you are pursuing so aggressively to get and retain All-American status, what needs to happen and how close are you to making it happen?
I really need to get a solid qualifier this weekend, whether it's in the 400 or the 800 or both. So I can really solidify my spot, especially for indoor. So I just need to really get out of the blocks, I think, is my biggest goal. And the first 200 really push, because I still am kind of regaining my speed back from cross country. So I think that is my main goal, just to have a really good first 200 and the 400.
Good luck. We can't wait to see the numbers.
Thank you.
It's Lindsey Grasmick with the ASC Women's Track and Field Team.